Hello, Ron here with Kayak Fishing Tales and Kayak Fishing in Florida YouTube. Just wanted to show you my latest update on the Pa14. We started using trolling motors, and I had it up behind the seat, and then made a mount to put it back here on the H-rails that I had added a couple of years back. But the steering wasn't all that great, and these guys are mounting them on the back, and I saw one of these big plates made for one of the other model kayaks, and I did a lot of inquiries and nobody was making anything for the Hobie PAs. So I took it upon myself to come up with an idea, and I ordered in some half-inch marine starboard and laid out a design and cut it out, and it's bolted to all of the original holes in or mounting holes in the Hobie PA. Even back here, I don't know if you can see, it's mounted on the original power pole plate that they give you, or addition that they give you. So not only made this plate, but we made I made the mounting bracket for the trolling motor, and it is screwed directly to the marine board. And I also wanted room for my power pole over on the other side. Most of the plates that are being made currently, if you had a problem with the power pole, such as power pole stop working, battery die, you would have a hard time pulling the pole forward to get release if the power pole was down. So I wanted the power pole to be completely separate from the mounting plate for the trolling motor. So this is what I've come up with, and it's very sturdy. I haven't tried yet, but we will. I like the aspect of doing like a skiff and tiller steering. I've been doing that with the other trolling motor when I moved it further back here, originally back on the H-bar as I showed you, and that was really enjoyable. And I had made this little riser, PVC riser, for it to sit on, and of course when I put it to the back I needed to have a longer tiller. I wanted to kind of be like the guys with the skiffs. So I'm basically all set up now, so a little bit of movement and I've got my full turning radius. As far as pulling the motor up, that became a little bit of an issue for us to try and figure out. I've got a buddy doing the same thing, but not on a PA and on a bonafide. And my configuration is using this line locker and some Harkin pulleys, and releasing the locking mechanism for your tilt on the motor. And I can just pull it up just like this and it locks. And I also have in the back here, I have this bungee cord that's going from one side of the handle to the other. It gives a little bit of friction for steering, and also, I don't know if you can see that very good, but also will keep the motor down for accidentally hitting something or being in shallow water quickly. So that's worked out really good. Here's our mounting, and what we've done here, we've got a PWM power wave module that we've added. And what that does on these 3-speed motors for reverse and 5-speed forward, they're using the same power from the battery at low speed as they do at full speed. Now with the 30-pound prowler from Bass Pro Shops, what I've been experimenting with, even using that and being out 5 or 6 hours, we still come back in with 71% of the battery left. And I'm just using a glass mat battery from Batteries Plus, which is a 35 amp hour. But this power modulator, you feed power to it. It's inside this box. A lot of guys are using them. And let me get it up here where you can see it. What I wanted was to have it up where it was easy reach. Let's see, where are you? Right here. Okay, so the on-off switch is in the front, and it also has forward and reverse on it. And then this is your variable speed, all the way from extremely slow where you can count the rotations to high speed. And I also wanted to be able to have the ability to have it up when I'm standing up. I'm standing up probably 70% of the time now. And so this morning I had one of these H-rail mounting pads, and I brought it over here and added it to the H-rail just to play around with it. And so I can pull my box out here, and I'm going to come up with a box apparatus that I can mount to this here, and just be able to set this in there and it stays. I might have to come up with a strap to put across it, but that way I've got everything at my fingertips when I'm standing. The next thing we're working on is to reduce the size of the cable and put the power modulator back here in the battery box and just run the two controls to the front. So it's been a couple of weeks to get all this figured out and done, and I'm very happy with it. I haven't been able to do a sea trial with it or a test because of our weather, but I'm excited now. This was a painter's pole, extendable painter's pole that I had, and it's extremely light. It's strong. I mean, it does flex a little bit, but it was also telescoping, and I cut off the end that had the male thread on it, and I had a couple of tillers that I had ordered, and I come up with taking it apart. The pipe sizes were intermixing, so I was able to use the existing telescoping tube from the painter's pole and slip it into my universal joint tiller. I knocked out the pin that holds the other half of the joint, and I fitted it with, I think it's a 1032 screw into there, so it will rotate, and this will go up or down or this way or that way. Totally flexible. This is off of an old trolling motor extension that I had on my bay boat, which I'm going to sell, and so I robbed it. It's not the one I've been using lately, but that was a couple of years back, or a few years back, so that's not an issue. And these are just some of the parts from Amazon that piece where the bigger clip is holding on to. My buddy ordered a package of those, and we got two, so I figured out how I could use it for this system. So hopefully in the next few days, maybe one day next week, we can give it a try. But there's no way it's not going to work. It's going to work great. And then if we can reduce the size of that cord, that power cord's got 4 number 10s running through it, so that's a lot. So what we want to do is do size 18, which is real small, and 8 wire, and so we can just kind of take apart the BMW and add an extension of the thinner stuff, much thinner, and run up to a small box or some sort of I'd like to find a remote control case or a big key fob case that'll fit in, but I'm not quite sure that that's going to work. So maybe a little later on we'll go to a remote control if there's one that's got variable speed. So that's my Pa14 2016. I love it. I enjoy it. I'm in Florida, and I go to Texas 2 or 3 times a year and fish some of the backwaters there and have a great time. I also have a 2017 Outback up there. I really don't use that too much, just if I have a gas that wants to go or something like that, or we're going to a tight spot somewhere. So, all right, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you later.